What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you some Dcrops content today. Now, one of the questions that I've been getting asked a lot, both in the comments as well as on Discord or just DMs, is Dcrops, the game, profitable? Right? Is it profitable to play? What's your return on investment and all that stuff? And I want first and foremost say that I'm approaching this thing very much as a game, not necessarily as an investment, as I am doing with all of the other games that I'm playing right now, including Splinterlands, Rising Star, and all of those. And so it's hard for me to answer that question objectively, right? Because I don't know how to break it down. I don't know if you invest X amount in terms of cards, what your return could be, because you'd have to get quite a few cards, probably similar to Splinterlands, where there's 4 different seasons here, and you'd need to get a bunch of different cards, and those cards aren't necessarily cheap right now, and you'd need to be able to compete on the leaderboard because that is all there is in terms of earnings. Now, what I can do is tell you exactly how much is getting paid out by this game. And so if we do that, we can take a look here at the leaderboard. And when we look at this, you can see that the reward pool for this current season, which ends in about 8 days or 8.5 days, is 436,710 crop token. Now, let's go ahead and put that into our calculator. 436,710. Multiply this by the current value of crop. And I'm going to go over to Hive Engine, which is where crop is traded. And you can see here that crop is sitting at roughly 0.002. Now, crop has been kind of, up and down, but I think this 0.002 is a decent average for it to be at. So if we just go ahead and calculate that out times 0.00002, that's what I meant to do. This is paying out roughly $873 per season, right? And seasons last roughly 15 days, so we could say that there's 2 seasons in a month. Multiply this out, $1,700 per month times 12 months per year, and all of a sudden this game is minting about $20,000, give or take a couple of thousand, about $20,000 per year in terms of rewards. Now, what you would need to do is go into the market and see, how much you would need to spend in order to be profitable, right? How much would you need in order to get some kind of return on your investment? And the thing is, first thing that you're going to need is land, right? And so the cheapest land is going for 2.8 Hive right now, which is probably close to $1.50, right? But I don't even want to get into the seeds and land because there's so many different types of seeds. Some of them obviously way better than others. And if you want to get anything of legendary status, right, take a look at these prices. 42 Hive is like $20. This is, it's not necessarily cheap to get in. Now, if you do get in and you are one of the whales, then you could earn quite a bit. Because here's the thing. I would say that the active player base for this game, and it's tough to tell right now, but let's actually see if I can find myself on the leaderboard. Nope, I'm not even on there. I would say, see, we're only halfway through the season, so not everybody has crop already, or shares. So you can see for me, I'm still waiting for my crops to finish growing or whatever they do, right? And so I'm still waiting on that. So technically, I'm not, I have 0 rewards pending right now. So as of this moment in time, there's only 129 active players, but this isn't the best gauge. You'll just have to trust me on this when I say there's probably anywhere between 300 to 400 active players. So the thing is, you take that $20,000, right? We'll just say 20,000 divided by let's get as conservative as possible. Then you can make about $50 a year if everything was split evenly. But it's not. I mean, look at the discrepancy between the person who has the least right now. You have such a long tail here on the number of shares somebody has versus like the top account, top 2 accounts, top 5 accounts, whatever it is. These are the people who are pulling in a majority of the crop rewards. Now, is this going to change in the future? I have no idea. I don't. The tokenomics behind the crop token are still, I feel like, in their infancy, and there's no white paper out for them. And I've DM'd with the founder of the game, Script Kitty, and it sounds as though this is being thought through, and he's trying to create, he or she or they are trying to create a game that is that is fun, engaging, and is built around this farming simulation. But at this point in time, stuff is still being really thought through at the moment. So if you can make $20,000, if you're making everything from this game, is that worth your time? Are you willing or ready to dump thousands of dollars into this? I don't know. And actually, at this point in time, if you were asking me, I'm not a financial advisor, but if you're asking me as a friend, I would say that thousands of dollars is probably not the way to go. If you want to get in, I think that there's definitely some opportunity here. And the reason that I'm getting into this game is because I feel as though it has potential. Right? I feel it has potential, and it is still in alpha. It is still technically in alpha, and it has a player base of a couple hundred people who like the game for what it is. But we know that beta is just around the corner. And if you take a look, beta packs are available for sale right now, and I don't have the roadmap here, but they have so much planned for beta over the next couple of months. So maybe this is something where if you're looking to get into this from a profitability standpoint, then maybe you look at this, and I would say keep your eye on it, right? Don't jump in, don't FOMO in. This is not a good time to be doing that, especially during a pack release, right? But if you want to just dip your feet in the water, see how it is, see if you like it, see how you like the community, well, come through and buy some beta packs. They're going for 2.7 right now. This is still the pre-sale for beta. They'll go, beta is actually going to launch at some point in August, I think August 25th. So there's opportunity here, and I don't know what's going to happen, right? I don't know what the roadmap has planned for, outside of the next couple of months here. But I think about this similar to maybe something like a Splinterlands, right? Because if you think about it from an edition standpoint, Dcrops is maybe 2 editions behind, right? They're just launching beta, while maybe 2.5 editions, while, Splinterlands has launched and is more than halfway through the sale of their 4th edition, right? So in a way, it's like if Dcrops kind of follows that pathway forward, creating and building a game farming simulation around it, doing the things with guilds, creating the proper community that we want to see around a game like this, then it could grow. And one of the things that has crossed my mind, and I will share it here, but I want to be very, very clear with you that this is all speculation. I have not heard this from anybody else, but what if Dcrops decides to launch a governance token, a la something like SPS? And if they do that, then maybe it's worth holding some of the assets or even some of the Dcrop token not Dcrop, but crop token that's part of the game, right? We don't know if that's the case yet. And I'm not saying that they'll do that, because not every game needs a token and not every game needs multiple tokens. But all I'm saying is that I feel like I'm early to this game. I feel like the development has been relatively on point, and there's been some interesting dynamics that are planned for the future. The community, while small, seems nice, and I think the community enhancement features that will be coming in the future, such as guilds and other types of things that could be coming with NPCs and all that, I think it has potential. So that's literally all I can say to you guys right now. All I'm trying to express is that I'm excited about the game, and I wanted to have some kind of stake in the future. I wanted to get one of these promo cards and, just have it. Just have it, see where the game goes, not throw my life savings into this, and not try to flip something in the future, but actually play the game and try to become a bigger part of the ecosystem. So we'll see how that happens. We'll see how I do with it. But on the whole, I'm excited for what beta has to offer, but I don't think anybody should be aping into this game. So that's my friendly advice to you. Again, none of this is financial advice. It's all financial advice, but I can't even tell you what's planned or how much money you can make. I think it's really just dependent on how much you're willing to come in and spend. But even still, just imagine who you're going up against, because it's not, there's a limited reward pool here, and you will be going up against people who have a ton of assets within the game. So let's look at like Steam Millionaire or Steam Shiro, and Steam Shiro has this is like their CP, or it's not collection power, but it's crop power. Oh wow, you can even see the breakdown here. Didn't even realize you could do that. That's kind of cool. So again, this game is minting about $20,000 in rewards per year. Whether you think that's a lot or a little, I mean, again, this game is still technically an alpha, but I am curious to see how it could grow in the future. And if more demand, right, more utility is given to something like crop token, well, then that 20,000 could technically increase, because as the value of crop token increases, well, then these reward pool values will increase as well. So, if you're playing this, let me know your thoughts, how profitable it's been for you. If you're still planning to get in, let me know if this was helpful for you. Again, I'm trying to provide value here, but it's really difficult for me to tell you one way or another. The only objective thing I can tell you is how much money is being paid out. And you can see how much total is being paid out and how much is going to be paid out to each account. But as I've mentioned, there's a very, very long tail with this, where the top account is going to make 66,000 crop and your bottom account is going to make less than 1% of that, right? So, take that with a grain of salt, take that with whatever, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But otherwise, I will catch you all in the next video, and I will see you around the game. Take care.